All right, welcome to our yoga teacher training. Well, it's not yoga teacher training, but welcome to our training sequence that we built. So we built a powerful yoga flow class that built up to side plank, a big side plank. And so expect to feel challenged, yet hopefully the variations I offer you will give you some sort of guidelines to adjust as needed. So at any time, take breaks, step away. It's a lot easier to take breaks too when you're at home. So you can always just sit for a minute, just, pretend that you need to adjust your camera to see things and, take that pause. So there's always that option. And so we're going to get going, and our theme of being and feeling powerful in this time of whatever the time is called. In this time, we're going to feel powerful. So we're going to start lying down. It's morning. We're still just sort of getting started. We start a little slower, and we'll ease our way into this strong practice. So start lying down with your feet together. Knees can come apart, so we've got this open leg bound angle. Rest your hands by your sides. And start to notice your breath. Simple, easy. What's that breath doing this morning? So today we're bringing out our inner yogi warrior. As we go through the challenges of life, whatever comes up, we can bring out that warrior side of us that fights for change and fights for that strength to move forward. So with this strength intention, taking a deep breath in through the nose and a slow exhale out through the nose. Feel that oxygen circulate through the body, lower lungs and all. Soften with each end of the exhale. And get stronger and more vibrant with each end of the inhale. You can put a slight constriction in the back of the throat to create that ujjayi breath or heated breath to create heat and cleanse the body. Sounds kind of like an ocean wave. Let's stay here for just a couple more breaths, knowing that our breath too is going to be our guide for this practice. If it gets a little choppy, we can back off. Right now it's fluid, so we're staying exactly where we are. One more deep breath. Find this full relaxation. No anticipation of what's coming up, just enjoying this moment. And slowly bring the knees up to touch. Hug the knees in towards your chest and give it a little roll side to side as you massage that low back. We're going to get into some forward folds here, so we want to make sure that we're feeling safe and ready. So with the knees hugged in close, let's open the arms out to the side, palms pressing downward. Got a wall in the way, so do what you can. Knees bent about 90 degrees or parallel to the floor. As you exhale, take the legs down to the right side. Without touching down, we're going to activate our core, our abs, knees connected. Inhale, lift up. Exhale over to the other side. So we're starting in this nice, kind of gentle ab workout warm-up. And flowing with the breath. So that's our vinyasa. Vinyasa meaning to place with, and it's breath to movement. Breath to movement, placing in a special way. And now if it works for your body to straighten the legs, we can take the legs down to the side with straight legs. Just before touching down, come back up. Exhale brings you down. Got a wall next to me. Inhale brings you up. Let's do two more. And once you get to the center, hug the knees in. One more time. Let's lift the chin to the knees. Then open up the arms, reach long with the legs, reach back with the hands. Big long stretch. As you exhale, lift your right leg so your hands are behind your thigh or your calf. Pull back. So what we're going to try to do is get into our big peak pose in a simpler way, which is lying down. So you pull back towards on the hamstring or the calf, or maybe even grabbing the big toe with your right hand. Now we might not be super stretched out for that. Just notice in your own body, we're not trying to lift up. We're going to keep it low. Now with a bent knee or a straight leg, take that leg out to the side. And it might not get right out to the side, that's okay. Left arm extends out to the other side. Then look away from that right leg. So look to the left. This is our peak pose in a lying down position. We'll do this in a couple other ways as well. Lift back up, pull back just a little farther, and then switch. Now getting into some in and out motion as you breathe into that hamstring stretch. Your leg might not be passing that 90-degree mark, but that's all right. Now if you can touch the toes, cool, grab onto the big toe with the left hand, or keep the hand behind the leg. Open that right arm out to the side and left leg goes out to the side. If you want to keep it with a bent knee, that works. So now we are marking our pose that we're going to be doing a little later on. Lift back up. And then extend both legs, reaching long. Hug the knees in. Cross the ankles. Roll forward and back. Into a seated pose. Eventually, a rock and roll, lift it up. I'm going to roll right on through the seated pose to hands and knees. Hands and knees, let's just do a couple cat and cows. Arch the back, then round the back, look down. All right, let's walk the hands forward from a neutral position, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Now you guys stay there, downward facing dog, pedal the feet out a couple times. I think someone lost his phone. Pedal the feet out, stretch out. Hey Kyle, your phone's behind the bed. Oh. Ezra. And walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. Just behind the hands, right? So we got this forward fold, grabbing the elbows, shaking the head, and releasing into this forward fold. And really nice, just, all right, we're getting awake, we're loosening up, we're feeling a little length in the hamstrings now, a little in the upper back, lower back. Release the hands down to the floor, bend the knees and roll yourself up. We've got a few sun salutations to get ourselves even more warmed up. So let's come to the top of the mat. Big toes touch or slightly apart, that's up to you. Palms forward, mountain pose, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open the arms, forward fold, diving down. This first one's gonna be a little slower. Hands press on the shins, lengthen your upper back, your back, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back. For the first one, step back gently, a couple steps to your plank pose and pause. Pause it, breathe. This is a common pose, these strength building poses where we can tend to forget to breathe. So a reminder to breathe through the challenge. And if at all we're still building strength to get here, take the knees down. Great place to be. I'll take the knees down for the first one. Elbows point to the back of the room. Sending your heart forward, bend the elbows, no more than 90 degrees. Chaturanga push-up. Press your heart forward, roll the shoulders back to an upward facing dog. Lengthening, holding. Again, taking this one slow. Feel your core, your abs engaged. And then look down, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back, down dog. Let's do that again. Bend the knees this time. Step, jump, or float the feet forward to the top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rising up, open the arms, reach up. Connect the hands to the top and we'll go right back down. Exhale, forward fold. Got two more. A little faster this time with the breath. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step or hop back. Chaturanga, or actually plank pose. Hold, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, now chaturanga, or that tricep push-up from the knees to the toes. Upward dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. We do that again. Bend the knees, look forward, take a deep breath in. Exhale, step or hop forward. Half lift. Fingers on the floor or the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising tall. Exhale, right back down. Exhale, down. Keep exhaling as you forward fold. Half lift. Exhale, step or hop back, plank pose. Inhale, nice and strong, shifting forward on the tippy toes. Exhale, hug the elbows in as you lower. Up dog, inhale. Down and facing dog, exhale. And again, bend the knees, look forward, inhale. Exhale, step or jump to the top. Half lift. Forward fold. Let's hit sun salutation B. Bend the knees, sit back into a chair pose. Reach up. Let's take the hands to the heart. In this lovely chair pose, get a little lower. Knees behind the toes, shoulders soft. Gaze about 3 feet in front of the toes. Start to feel the quads fire up. We'll need them. We'll need that leg strength. Inhale, reach up. Keep the hips low. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. We know what to do. Plant the hands, step or hop back, plank. Full inhale to shift forward. Exhale, descend, taking it lower. Inhale, upward dog, heart opens. Exhale, use your core strength to draw the hips up and back. From there, lift the right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, keeping your hips neutral. Pelvis and hips neutral. Heel towards the sky, knee towards the ground. Lift the left heel high. We'll do tiger knees for a core warm-up. Draw the right knee to the nose. Shift forward, inhale, exhale. It's an exhale. Inhale, single leg down dog. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Take it back. Knee to left elbow. Take it back. We step forward in between the hands. Let's just do a crescent lunge to begin with. So the back heel stays lifted. From low lunge, we rise up, reaching the hands overhead. Shoulders soft, settling in here. Reach the thumbs back, inhale. Exhale, then take the hands back to the ground. Step to plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower to chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Lift the left leg, inhale. Bend the knee, hold it here. Get strong, hips neutral, hips and pelvis neutral. Lift the right heel. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, shift it back, single leg down dog. Knee to left elbow, touch the tricep or elbow. Shift back. Knee to right elbow, touch it forward. Take it back, single leg down dog. Now it's a gentle step between the hands. Flex the left foot, look forward, step. Back heel stays lifted, rise up for a crescent lunge. Soften the shoulders. Reach back, inhale. Exhale, hands back to the ground. Step back, plank. Shift forward, chaturanga, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. That was our sun salutation B for today. Bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the top. Half lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose again, bent knees. Sit back, reach up. All right, so we're gonna do something a little crazy here. Take the hands to your heart. Get a little lower. Lift your heels. Moving on, reach forward. Try to get the shoulders over the hips. Shift back. Woo! Bend a little more so you get your thighs parallel to the floor. Maybe heels still up. Feeling the quads. Ooh. Got to move back a little bit here. Don't have too much space, but hopefully you've got a little more in front of you. Take your hands down to the ground. Open the knees. Plant the hands shoulder distance. Knees on the backs of the elbows or triceps. Look forward, lean forward. Weight into the knees. Hug the knees to the midline. We lift one foot, maybe two. Crow pose. Here's a little challenge for you. We can step or hop back. As you exhale into chaturanga. Yeah. Maybe upward facing dog. We'll work on that. We'll continue to work on that. We'll go to downward facing dog. All right, lift your right leg up behind you. Bend the knee. Same thing, no open hip here. Lift that left heel. Draw the knee to your nose and pause. Pause it. Pause. Flex the right foot. Step between the hands. Crescent lunge. We're going to stay there for a while. Reach up. Got this crescent lunge. We draw the lower abs in so you feel left hip flexor. Then take the hands, bend the elbows, take the arms, bend the elbows, reach back. Press the elbows back and open the heart. Bend a little bit deeper. How about lifting that right heel off the ground? Ooh. Maybe. There's a lot of variation here. Okay, reach your hands back up. Keep the heel lifted. Let's try this, shall we? Open the arms. Right hand goes forward, left hand goes back as you open the hips, spin the back heel down. Is that right heel still lifted? Maybe. Maybe not. Warrior two. Level hips. Reaching long, front to back. Look over the right fingertips. And just feel the power in this pose. We can keep the heel down or up. It's just an intensification option. Check in with the breath. How many more? Doesn't matter, just stay here. Squeezing the heels together. Let's take a moment to soften the shoulders. So we'll flip the hands, give it a shoulder roll, soften, bend a little deeper, open the arms, palms down again, look forward once more. 3 more deep breaths. Coming out of this just for a second, reach up, straighten the leg. Rebend, open the arms. Take the left hand down the back leg, right arm reaches straight up and back. Find a side bend, a little bit of a side bend. More of a reach up in your reverse warrior. Then I give you this option. Left hand that's typically on the back leg, reach up with the right hand. Find an openness like you're holding onto a big beach ball. You guys hear that? Mama. That's home yoga for you. Okay, your gaze can be on either hand, typically at the top hand. Is anyone's foot still lifted? How about that heel? Back to warrior two, open, lift up. Straighten the leg for a moment, heel down again. I mean, I need these little breaks. Open up. Elbow to your thigh, left arm reaches up. Press the elbow towards the thigh, open up the knee. Reach and lift. We can take that left hand behind the back as an option. Maybe finding the top of the right thigh. Perhaps right hand down towards the floor. Keeping the chest open by looking up, rolling that left shoulder head back. Hips like to jut out a little bit here, so keep it in. Pressing the hips towards the left side of the mat. And you do have an option for a bind here with the right hand underneath the right leg. I'm not going to take that today. I got the half bind going on. This is a lot of heat for this right leg. Okay, open up the arm, reach up. Can we take one more deep breath? Open arms, side angle. Rise up to warrior two. Left hand comes forward, exhale, back heel lifts. Inhale, reach up, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down to the floor, but guess what? Single leg plank pose. Pause with that leg extended. Straight back. Right leg lifted. Shift forward to your tippy toes of the left foot. Chaturanga and pause. Can we hold this for a little while? 3, 2, 1. Press the heart forward, floating on the toes, up dog. Right leg lifted. Downward facing dog, right leg up high. Now for this time, single leg down dog, bend the knee and open the hip. Give yourself a couple ankle rotations on that right side. We've got one more pose before we switch sides in the sequence. Straighten that leg up, again, neutral in the hips. Right hip points down, internal rotation. Step between the hands as you exhale. Back through, let's go warrior one first. Back heel spins down, rise up, open up. Don't adjust the legs, straighten the front leg. Your hips are sort of, neutral. So wherever they land here. Left hip bumps out a little bit, open arms reach long to the front. Spin that back heel farther away so your toes are more forward. Right hand slides down the leg. Left arm reaches up. This is a really great, what is this, hamstring stretch? Can you get lighter in that right hand? In fact, let's try that same thing we did in reverse warrior. Reach forward. If the breath starts to get choppy, remember, take it back a notch. Find that place where you're finding in that edge of the work. That's how we get strong. We find our weaknesses, we find our limit, and then we go just under it. All right, open back up, reach. Now rotate forward, opening up the arms. Airplane, pyramid. Hands come down to the thigh, the shin, or the ground as you fold down, releasing, relaxing. Bending into that front knee, plant the hands down. Step back, plank pose. Shift forward, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So how's that right side feel compared to the left? I think we have to then do the other side. I switch only because I can. So you can see, if you're watching, you can see from a specific angle. All right, let's do the other side. So let's take that left leg and lift it. Bend the knee, but keep the hips neutral, level. Lift the right heel. Draw the knee to your nose and pause. So what tends to happen is we speed through the second side because we know where we're going. So we're gonna do our best to maybe even allow this side, our left side, usually our weaker side, to be here a little longer. You'll appreciate it. And step the foot between the hands. If it doesn't get there, you can help it up. Back heel stays lifted. We've got our crescent lunge. Rise up from low lunge. Now again, you're pressing the hips forward. A little bend in the back knee is fine. Can we get that front thigh parallel to the ground? Maybe bend the elbows and pull it back. Press the arms open. Look up and find these cactus arms open for energy, for power, for strength. Almost like you've got your bicep muscles engaged if you want like a lat pull down. Those of you who lift weights familiar with that. And squeeze, you can squeeze this back glute. Notice if you disengage compared to squeeze, this is an active practice. So we want to keep that engagement of all of the body in the places that can build strength. And we want to soften our face, our eyebrows, our jaw, but our legs, our biceps, our core. Keep that fired up. Oh wait, did we lift the left heel yet? Maybe. Well, now it's lifted. Reach up all the way up and keep that front heel lifted. Back heel spins down. We open to warrior two. Gaze beyond the left fingertips. Strength of the leg. This pose is set by the distance between your feet. So more challenging, take it wider. Keep that front knee over the ankle. I'm adding this heel lift to it. We didn't put this in our sequence, but I figured, I said it was going to be a challenge, so we're adding a little bit more. Take your gaze over the left fingertips, keeping that knee from collapsing in, press to the left pinky toe. You can even close the eyes for a few breaths. Hopefully you're not out of breath like I am. Keep going. Good, and lower the heel for a moment. Reach up, release those arms, rebend. Heel lifted or not, same thing. Left arm reaches way up, right hand slides down the back leg. Look up. Soften the shoulders, lengthen through this right side. The side that's seemingly trying to squeeze, we lift up through it. We'll find more length then through the left. Left heel, optional lift. And then reaching maybe both hands, right hand up, back. Finding this side bend. This is our standing sequence number 1. And it's a kind of a long one. It's a really great heat building sequence that we've got going on here. Good job, yoga trainees. Lift, open up, wide. Heel comes down. Again, reach up, straighten the leg, take a mini break. Rebend. Left elbow to your thigh. Right arm straight up, side angle. A great place to stay is right here. You can still build a lot of strength as you work to lessen the load on that left elbow, looking up towards that right hand. Or we take that right hand behind the back for a shoulder stretch. Hips again, staying forward, chest open, looking up. Without collapsing, if you can, we take the left hand down towards the floor. Now this is my good side, my stretchy side, so I can bind pretty easily. You might find that bind on this side, the last side not so much. So make sure that we're rooted and sealed to the blade of the back foot. Squeeze those heels together. It's going to activate the inner thighs, the hamstrings, and really help with building that strength we need for these bigger poses coming up. Anyone else sweating? All right, and one more deep breath. Reach up both hands. Lift up warrior 2. Right hand comes forward, look forward towards the hands, top of the mat, back heel lifts up. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Left foot straight back to single leg plank pose. And this one we take it slow. It's our little pause, core strength, arm balance builder. Shift forward to the tippy toes, either from the right knee or off the right knee. Elbows bend and we pause. Hug your ribcage with the elbows, gazing at the top of the mat to lengthen through the spine. 3, 2, 1, upward dog, floating on the toes, keep the left leg lifted. Downward facing dog, left leg lifts up, bend the knee and open up. Might feel good to wiggle those left toes out after so many heel lifts. Good, and then lengthen that leg or level off the hips. Get them back to neutral, equal weight in the hands. As you exhale, shift forward again, step the left foot between the hands. Low lunge. Back heel down to start with, rise up. We open right hand back, left hand forward, straighten the front leg. Now the back foot might still come in a couple inches, it's helpful. Triangle pose. Reach forward. Lengthen through both sides of the waist. Left hand down, right arm reaching up. Turn that body, that torso, and press the upper back towards the middle of the mat in line with the legs. Is anyone going to join me? Maybe. If you're feeling kind of energized still, you've got a little core strength left in you. The hard core is in class. Reach forward, both arms, without lifting up. So we're staying in it, that long line. Strong legs. Lengthen. Find as much length as you can through the arms. Full expression of the pose. Your fullest expression, not mine, yours. All right, we'll open those arms from top to bottom again, then rotate to the front. So you open the arms wide. You might step in a bit with the back foot, can help. Hands can go to the thigh, the shin, or the ground in your pyramid pose as you fold over left leg. This is more of a release or relax after all of the heat building. Nice little stretch. Bending into that left knee, place the hands forward, step back, plank. You can always take it straight back to down dog, or with me going through that vinyasa flow, chaturanga, exhale, up dog, inhale, downward facing dog, exhale. All right, pause here, either in down dog, or you can take child's pose for a moment. Next up, we do have something. I'm gonna grab a sip of water before this, so that would be a tip for you or a hint of what's coming next. We'll start with the right leg. Pick a number from 1 to 10. I'm gonna say 5. Okay, my favorite number. Great, thank you. 1 to 10, we're doing 5. That means we're doing 5 push-ups. What this looks like is we head to downward facing dog. If you're familiar with fallen triangle, that's where we're going, okay? So you lift that right leg up behind you, right? Single leg down dog, flex the foot. Bend the knee, draw the knee to your nose, creating a lot of space in between your body. Look over to your left side, the opposite from the leg, and where your gaze is, you're going to extend your right leg out to the side. Spin the left heel down, right hand under the shoulder in the middle of the mat, left arm reaches up, fallen triangle. This is a version of a side plank in a way, so notice the full left foot is on the ground. If you shift your weight back, you can maybe lift that right leg. So guess what we're gonna do? 5 push-ups. Foot down or lifted, I'm gonna go down for now. You inhale to reach up, exhale, hands come down, keep the legs as they are, push up. Inhale, reach up. We're doing 5. So plank or push up on the exhale. And when we lift, maybe you want to lift your leg. Foot down, push up, inhale. It's a good inner thigh burn. Can't believe you're making me do this. Okay, one more. If I were teaching, I would just demo 1. All right, take it down, hold it. Now bend the knee, slide it under, left hand down, right leg lifts, single leg down dog. Bend that knee, open the hip. To get off that right hand a little bit, option for wild thing or flipped down dog. Shift back to plank pose so you have less space to fall. Left hand is shoulder stable. Right foot goes way back behind you, right arm lifts up. Bend right knee, extend, reach that right hand towards the front of your mat, palm facing down. Right arm reaches straight up, look down, re-pivot to single leg down dog. Step between the hands, lunge. Rise up for a crescent lunge. Lean forward, we're gonna flow through this. Lean forward, bend the back knee, lift off, warrior 3. From warrior 3, keep engaging, stay strong. This is almost a break here. Stand up, lifting the left knee. Okay, lifting the left knee. Here's where you take the knee, hug it in. A little bit of balance. Find a gaze point to drishti. You can take your left peace sign fingers and extend that leg. Right arm out to the side. Or you keep hugging the knee. Take that leg out to the side. This is, again, our side plank. You're gonna press with that right hand. We're basically in our side plank. What we're going to get into very soon. Back to the center. Release the leg. Hands can go to hips. Back through warrior 3. Back through the lunge. Very slow, gentle transitions. Reach up. Hands down, exhale. Step back. Shift forward, chaturanga, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Other side, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. I'm gonna do the opposite here, left leg lifts. Bend the knees, shift forward, pause. Look over to your right. Okay, right side. Extend the left leg, triangle. Back heel spins down, left hand under the shoulder in the middle of the mat. Right arm reaches up. So you can try to lift that right leg. Find that shake. Woo, it's a good one. 5 push-ups. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, hands down, push up. Inhale, lift. Are you still with me? I see Judy. Still with me? 3 more. And these are not chaturanga push-ups. Your elbows can go wide. It's okay. It's just what works for you. That leg lift in between though. Woo! 1 more. Bend the left knee, right hand comes back down. Left leg lifts. Same leg that was just forward. Open the hip a bit. Bend the knee. Shift it forward into more of a plank pose as you take your left foot way behind you as a kickstand side plank. Left arm reaches up and extend it to the front of the mat. Wild thing. Right leg is straight. Left knee is bent and stable. Someone could sit on your left thigh and you feel okay. Look down, left hand finds the floor. Left leg lifts. We got the other side. Step between the hands. Low lunge, rise up for crescent lunge. Hands sweep back, reach back, squeeze the shoulders, lean forward. Bend the back knee, lift off. Warrior 3. We could hold this a long time, but we're not going to. Gonna stand up, reach up. Hands either grab the knee or peace and fingers of the right hand, grabbing the big toe extended in front of you. Left hand out to the side. Press it as if you're pressing a wall away as you extend that right leg out to the side. So we're not lifting up in the hip here. We're actually going straight out. Tall body rooted from left ankle to the crown of the head. Now reach through the left arm. Press to the right heel. And take it back. Bend the knee. Back to knee lifted. Warrior 3. Where we came from, step back gentle to crescent lunge, reach up. Exhale to the ground, step back, shift forward, chaturanga. Up dog, and down dog. Are you guys ready? Let's come to the knees for a moment. Just give our wrists a little shake out. So next up is our side plank. So we should be pretty warmed up. I don't know about you, my breath is a little lost, but it's, talking while doing this. It's a tough thing. Okay, shake it out a bit. We are heading to our full side plank. You've got options. You've got kneeling. We've got so many things that we could do that I'll give you a few. We'll show you right away the first variation we're doing, which is the biggest one. So from down dog, what side are we gonna do first? Let's do our left leg first. From down dog, shift to plank pose. Take your left hand underneath the middle of your body. Take your toes together, and then roll open to the left side. So if you know right here, you're like, yeah, no, I'm gonna keep my knee down. Awesome, do that. Keep the knee down, keep the hips lifted. So if you can, here, we're gonna make a little kickstand. You're gonna plant the right foot, so you almost lift it up so you get the whole foot on the floor. Bend the left knee. You might hug the knee in, again, depending on how the foot grab went on the other poses. You might hug the knee, or grab your big toe from here. Lengthen it up to the sky. All right, let's try that again. Keep the gaze down at first. Woo. Keep playing with it, maybe. Or stay in any kind of variation of side plank. You can be on the knee and leg lifted too. Or be on the knee and lifted. And take it down wherever you are. Take a little pause, maybe sit back, shake out that right wrist. And try the other side. One side might be a little bit easier than the other. So my goal for you is to feel at least strong and successful in a version of this. It does not have to be the biggest, just somewhere where you are feeling powerful. So let's go back to down dog or plank pose, shift forward. Left hand now in the middle of the mat. Stack the left shoulder over the wrist, roll open. You might start with that knee down, cool. Stay here, maybe even lift a leg. Or with the full side plank, you want to plant the foot down, bending my bottom knee, pressing down. So my big toe is down, then pushing into the foot. Bend the top knee, bring it up. And this right here is also pretty awesome. Grab the toe as an option. My hamstring is not meant for this. Okay, look down or look up for a challenge. Keep going, keep holding. Or find a version that works for you to hold for a while. Falling is part of the process. I think I fall like 20 times in each practice. It's great. Our biggest strength is to find those weaknesses and see what we can do with them. All right, let's lower back down. Sit back. Shake out the wrists. And then we're going to come down in child's pose for a few seconds, a few breaths. So extending through the arms. Allow the forehead to come down. Find yourself into this relaxed place, letting go of what we just did. No need to hold on to poses, to thoughts, to anything. All right, slowly roll yourself up so you're sitting on your heels. We are going to sit to the side and bring the legs around. Extend the legs out forward. Just sit tall. You can roll the inner thighs a little closer together. Reach up as you inhale. Exhale, fold down over those toes. Over the legs, reach for the toes. Pull the toes back. This is more of a relaxed forward fold, so no need to get super straight in the spine, but also don't try to touch your nose to your toes or nose to your knees. Try to lengthen forward. So I am going to change the cool down according to what we wrote down. We are not doing pigeon pose today. Not feeling it. All right, let's lift it back up. Bend the right knee and place it over the left leg. Sitting up tall, take the right hand at the base of the back, left arm reaching up. Exhale as you bend the elbow and press and look back over the right shoulder. Spinal twist. Helping to neutralize all that core work we've been working on and doing. But to get a hip stretch, instead of pigeon pose, we'll do a figure four seated. So we unwind out of this. Rest your ankle over the knee. Get that knee down, and we just rest like the elbow down on the knee as well. If this is not feeling so great for the knee, just take the foot to the inside and let the knee rest open. We can take the ankle over the knee or a thigh on the foot on the inside of the thigh and a little lean forward. So we're not reaching for the toes, although you could. It's forcing that left hamstring down. We're working a little rotation with the hip. And slowly lift back up. I'm just going to switch sides. So extend the leg, left knee bends over the top, left hand behind you, base of the back at the floor. Reach up with the right arm, hug the knee or elbow over the knee. Look back over left shoulder. And unwind from the twist. Still taking those deep breaths. I'm going to allow the leg to open, knee opens, lift tall. You can start with the hands at the base of the back to lean forward, or elbow pressing towards that knee. Your ankle's just above the knee, not on the quad itself. That's sometimes painful. Again, those different options for that knee out to the side. You're rising back up. We are going to bend the knees, hands behind you, place the feet down, lift up for a moment, reverse tabletop, look back, or up, and lower back down. It's just a quick one. And make our way onto our back very slowly. So don't get there yet. We do this together. Toes at the top of the mat, reach forward, tuck the chin, and slowly roll for 10, 9, 8, 7. Your legs might be straight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plop. Okay, bend the knees, feet hip distance apart. Palms press down, bridge pose, lifting the hips. Squeeze the shoulders together. You might interlace the hands behind you or make a shelf with your hands on your hips. I can already tell there's one thing missing from this practice. I would add. It's a small thing. I'll ask you later if you feel it too. Right, lower back down slowly. So you can choose bridge pose again, or we can do a full back bend wheel pose. Our bodies are nice and warm. So if wheel pose is in your practice, or you want to try it, you take your hands under your shoulders, elbows to the sky, toes point forward, pressing into hands and feet so we lift up. Or take it to that bridge pose again. Nice, relaxed bridge pose. Press the heart back wherever you are. Heart towards your gaze. And then from this back bend, lower back down. Feet go a little wide. Let's take the knees side to side to release that low back. All right, tailbone towards the floor, knees up. Take the legs straight up, above the hips. So this is our inversion. It's a great place to stay. Like super awesome, getting that blood flow circulated. If your neck is feeling okay and you would like to try a bigger inversion variation, we're going to press the elbows to the floor. Lift the hips and send the feet towards the sky as the hips. Stack over the shoulders and legs over hips. The straight line. So press into the hands and make sure there's still space between the neck and the ground. If If you're up in shoulder stand or like to take your hips up and feet back, we'll go to plow pose. You can roll it back or just take those legs behind you, toes towards the ground. If the toes touch, you can interlace the hands, press the pinkies to the floor. If the toes do not touch the floor, keep your hands at the low back. Bend the knees around the ears, and we'll slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. Back to where we started at the very beginning. Knees bent, knees open, laying down. Pause here for a moment. Enjoy this sensation, this what you feel in your body right now. Take your right hand to your belly, left hand at the heart. Reconnect with exactly what's going on right here. The strength that we're cultivating mentally and physically. If how you do anything is how you do everything, then finding yourselves in a strong practice, physical, can make us also strong in our minds and in the rest of what we do with our lives. Our bodies, our minds tend to focus on what we put our focus on. They tend to create what we focus on. So our affirmation today, I am strong. Even if you don't feel it right now, we can create that. Releasing this, take the knees up. Hug the knees in one more time. Give yourself a hug, a nice little gratitude for making it to your mat today. Maybe grab the feet for happy baby pose if you're feeling like you want a little extra more hip opening or relaxation. I think this pose is relaxing. We'll head to our final pose of Savasana. So we get to extend the legs forward and down, let the feet fall open. This time, any kind of variation that feels good on your lower back, whether it's bent knees or straight legs. Let the palms fall next to your side. Close your eyes and we'll be here for about 4 to 5 minutes. And I'll guide you out and we'll say goodbye. So enjoy this time of silence, of peace. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel your body melt. It's done. It's cooked. We're done. And soften everything that you can. from here, let's take a deep breath in. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, and find a gentle reawakening after that rest. You can reach the hands overhead. Take a deep inhale, exhale, maybe a yawn. Maybe. Bend your knees. Roll to your side. Let's rest our arms under our head. And then gently pressing back up to a seated pose, where we finish our strong empowerment practice together. So sitting up tall. Find a simple, easy seated pose, cross-legged or otherwise. With your palms facing up, take an inhale, reach up, gather all that good energy, good vibes, and then we bring them down to our heart's ceiling in the practice. Take one more inhale, and let it go. Exhale it out. Thank you so much for joining in this yoga practice. We can't wait to hear what you thought and to see how it went. So have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and we'll see you again soon. Namaste.